Good evening everyone, it's James Riley again for Motorhome Happiness. I am the founder and creator of the Facebook group, and we are on Instagram and on YouTube. And if you are new to this video, could you please give it a follow on Instagram and a like and subscribe on YouTube. Guys, I am with the one and only, the legend and the ambassador of Motorhome Happiness, the one and only Mr. Mike Halliday. Mike, hello, how are you?
Fine. So we are two touring together on YouTube. We have our own channel, very small at the moment, about 14 subscribers currently recording this video, but we are trying to make more content for everybody to subscribe. So yeah, just nip across and have a look. And I've done an interview with James on our channel, so this is his reciprocation for him on his channel.
Yeah. So today we're going to interview Mike, and because he lives full-time in his motorhome with his wife Kate, and we're going to ask questions what he enjoys about living in the van full-time, where he's been, what he get up to, and what does he do for a living in this beautiful machine. And he owns a motorhome. It is a Auto Trail tag axle Comanche. She's called Connie.
Yeah.
How old is Connie?
So 2019.
2019.
So she's just 5 years old.
5 years old. 5 years old. Not long for a beautiful motorhome. So, Mike, what made you pack up the house and move into a motorhome full time?
So we had a tent, which I liked, but Kate didn't because it was a bit cold for her. So we changed it to a caravan, and we had the caravan for about 6 months, and then decided that we wanted something a bit bigger. So we bought a P-Lot A-class motorhome.
Okay.
So that was quite nice. It was 7.5 meters long, 3.5 ton, and it was lovely. It was, but it wasn't big enough for our needs. And then we found out that a chap that I work with, who's younger than me, passed away. He was a really fit guy, and he did a lot of sports and things like that, and he just died for some reason. We don't know why, and that was terrible. A couple of weeks, maybe a month after that, a lady that Kate works with, her husband died, and he was the same sort of age as us. So we said, well, you know, life's too short. Why are we doing what we're doing? Why are we paying a lot for the house? Why are we stuck in the same place? Why are we not enjoying ourselves? So we sold the house, we bought Connie the Comanche, and since then we have been living fairly close to where we used to live because of Kate still working, and we weren't sure whether we wanted to live in this full time or not.
Yeah.
Now we're sure, and now we're going to extend it and go the full 12 months and beyond.
Brilliant. So, what lessons have you learned with the motorhome than you have in a house?
All the rubbish that you accumulate that you don't use. So before we sold the house, we gave away or sold 80% of our possessions. The remaining 20% is either in storage or is in the van. So we brought all the stuff from the old motorhome to the van, and then things that were in the house and the shed and the garage, like my fishing tackle, the electric bikes, the things that you need to live day to day for, like the laptops and the screens and things like that, they all came with us. The king size bed, the massive telly out the front room went into storage. We left all that in case we didn't like it. So we've discussed it between myself and Kate, and we think that if we don't get on with full-time living, we will sell the big motorhome, we'll buy a smaller motorhome, but then we'll buy a holiday lodge or a static caravan on a seaside park, and we'll do 6 months there, and then we'll do 6 months on the road. But as yet, we're going to go full-time in the Comanche.
So, you've lived in the Comanche now for 8 months now.
So almost 8 months.
So, have you enjoyed it so far?
Oh yes, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's the freedom of knowing that you can go anywhere you want, even though we haven't. But it's the fact that there's no mortgage. It's cheaper than the mortgage. You don't pay the gas and electric bills, the price that you pay for gas and electric. We've got refillable gas low, so I filled that up before we came here to Newark.
Yes.
And it was £6 for 2 full canisters.
For 2 full canisters?
We were almost on the red line of the markers because it's a gas low system, and I filled up at Utoxeter Services, and it was £6 something or other to fill up. So we must have been half a tank maybe, or I don't know, but it was £6 for filling up right to the full, or the 80% that you can get in the Gaslow. So that was cheaper. The electric we pay for on site anyway, is part of the pitch fees, but we've bought today at the show an Ecoflow and a set of solar panels, so we can be self-sufficient in the evening at festivals and shows like this.
Yeah.
We have got solar and batteries on the van, but with them being 5 years old, I don't know how good they are, and I want to change them to some re-energy stuff, or a 400 watt solar, bigger batteries, lithium, an MMPT charger, an PPT charger, whatever they are, and we'll do it properly so we can go off grid. But we've not really been off grid other than shows like this.
Wow. Well, so my other question is, what other challenges have you faced moving into your motorhome?
Finding pitches that are long enough, because she's nearly 9 meters, she's almost 9 meters, that much shorter than 9 meters, and a lot of campsites don't take very big vans. The country roads for some places we've gone to, we went to Wales at Bala Lake in the old motorhome, and we just got down the road, so I don't think we'd get down the roads and the turns in something as long as this. That's a problem. But other than that, we've had some engine faults because it needed new EGR valve and new map sensor and MAF sensor and things like that, and we've still got an issue with the light coming on, so we think it's a software fault. And the lady that I spoke to with the other Comanches had the same problem, and they replaced the ECU in hers, so it could just be generic issues with the Fiat Ducato Maxis. I don't know of that sort of age. But see, there's no real challenge to it. It's like being in a house, just not
On wheels.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. If you've never had a motorhome, you won't know. But if you've lived in one for 2 or 3 weeks on a holiday, then you'll know it's possible to live longer than that. You know, we've still got a car, so we don't go to the supermarket in it. So we take the car to the supermarket, bring the shopping back as normal.
Yeah.
The fridge is brilliant, like the house fridge. The only thing Kate misses is no bath. She likes a bath, and on sites there's only showers. So we have to find somewhere that's maybe got a hot tub for her, so she can have a soak in the hot tub. Or we stay, if it's really urgent for a bath and she really wants one, in a travel lodge or something like that. But so far, we've never had to do that.
Brilliant. So, do you find the life less stressful? And
It's so much. Well, for me, it's so much less stressful because you have more money at the end of it. Certainly, at the end of the month, you have a bit more extra cash because you're not outlaying for things like council tax. But the problem with that is that you've got no right to vote, and that can be a problem. Now we're coming up to the general election this year, so we don't really have our say. I can register with my care of address, but that puts additional strain on that location, so we've not done that yet. But it's easy to do. You need an address for your bank and your DVLA, and that's it. Anything else, the doctors, the NHS, your post. Most of our post is now digital. We don't have printed post at all, and even if we do, it's usually junk mail or things that we need to change the address on. Then most of those go to the care of address, and then anything else is either online, so you don't need an address, but you do for your V5 and for your banking details, unfortunately.
So my other question is this: when your van goes in for work, like MOT and service, can you still be there, or do you need to be?
We don't know because we've not had it long enough yet.
Okay.
So it's coming up for a service and MOT in September this year. So we'll find out whether they can do it there and then in the day, and we can do it on site. It's coming up for its 5-year service, so it'll need new cam belts, it'll need a new water pump. So that's going to be expensive, but it might take longer than a day. In which case, we'll go to a travel lodge and we'll have a night in a travel lodge. Yeah. That's all we can do because most garages are not big enough to allow you to stay on site if they're having a repair. I know there's a couple of YouTubers that do that, but they know the people at the garages, you see. So we'll have to try it because it's the first time we'll have had a service and an MOT. It'll be the first time that we've had any repairs done to it if needed. So we honestly don't know. We don't know. We'll just take it as it comes.
So my other question is this, Mike. Would you be willing to take your vehicle out of England and into the far oblivious of Europe?
The Europe, the EU. Yes. Well, the van, whoever had it before us, took it abroad because there's a UK sticker on the back,
Okay.
and there were angle mort stickers on for France and places like that, and it's obviously been abroad, so I think we will do, maybe next year we'll try Europe possibly, but for the time being we'll stay in the UK. We'll just finish off the year in the UK, have Christmas in it, and see what the new year brings.
Brilliant. What do you enjoy the most about motorhome and life, living in the van?
Things like this, meeting people like yourselves and the Motorhome Happiness crew and other people with similar interests. I mean, how many vans are here? There's thousands of vans here.
1,500.
There's a huge amount, and you meet people. Everybody lets on. Everybody's pleasant. Nobody's nasty. You know, even if you've got a bigger, more expensive motorhome. I mean, there's motorhomes here that are bigger than ours that we're like dead envious and jealous of. But doesn't mean you go to them and go, oh, I don't like you because you've got a better van than us. You know, it's like, wow, well done for that massive van. I mean, we'd love one of the American RVs with the slide outs. They're amazing. And we look today at the fifth wheels, because those would be cheaper than the motorhomes, just as big, but then you've got the advantage of the car at the front that you can go shopping with, or you can go to see sights. So we don't know whether we'll do that. We'll keep Connie, or we'll get a fifth wheel, or you know, something like that. We honestly, we don't know. We're so new into it. If we'd have bought another house, we'd have been stressing about decorating it and the damp and things like that. So we've got no issues with that. The hab check was fine. You know, it's got a service and MOT when we bought it. Engine light, I have no idea why. But I'm certainly not stressed about any of this. I enjoy the festivals. I enjoy the different scenery. You know, the birds. We have a bird feeder that we put on the sites. And last week it cost me 12 quid in bird food because we've got woodpeckers and we've got great tits, blue tits. We've got a tree creeper, nuthatches, and they just came down and they ate all my bird food. Literally, fat balls, fat squares, nothing was left, and in about a week they'd eaten about 12 quid worth of food. It's ridiculous. That's the expensive bit, keeping the wildlife going.
So my other question is this: how did you find Motorhome Happiness?
As a group?
Yes.
Very pleasant, very easy to speak to people, but also easy to answer questions, because I've answered a few people's questions, and I post daft stuff. People have probably seen my daft stuff and my bruises on my arm and things like that, and daft things about carrots with Judy. You know, we have a good laugh. We do. It's a very pleasant place to be, non-negative, no bad feelings, because the admins do their work really well, and if me and Kate can help, we will do as much as we can.
Brilliant. And another question is, if you have any advice to the people who would like to move in the van full time, what would the advice be, and what could you...
Make sure the van is the right layout. We had twin single beds in the last motorhome, which were great, but we've got an island bed fixed at the back in this, which is even better. It's more comfy. It's got a big duvet on it. It's got the tuck me under, you know, a mattress topper, really comfortable. And also for us, the layout was the seating area at the front was the double bench seat, so we can lie on it like a normal sofa, watch the telly that drops down from the cab. Brilliant, you know. So choose your layout wisely, because it'll be something that's expensive that you'll regret the wrong layout. But also make sure you've got all the right facilities. People are saying about the refillable the gas load systems. You can't find places to go to fill it up. Utoxeter Services, they have one. Keel Services, they have another one. The Morrisons in Crewe, they have an LPG tank. They're all over. You're just going to find them. Download mylpg.eu, the app, on your phone, and that shows you everywhere over Europe and the UK where your LPG services. You know, prepare. That's the thing. If you want to go full time, make sure you've got everything you need. We have 5G in the van, but we've also got Starlink, because at places like this, at the shows, it gets very congested, and Starlink would be great on a 12-volt conversion. We've yet to do that, but we only use it when we're on hookup. And make sure you've got enough storage. A lot of the motorhomes have got small garages, but we chose the Comanche because of the layout and the fact it's got a very large garage, so it's got all our possessions that we need for day-to-day living in it. The Kadak, you know, the bikes, things like that, my fishing rods, everything. And then the additional security on that, we've got the extra locks on it, we've got the hab door lock, we've got the internal locks on the drivers and the passenger side doors, you know, things like that. Get some cameras up, get some security. The battery powered ring cameras, the outdoor ones, work quite well. Inside they last for months on end without a charge, and they are Wi-Fi connected, so if you've got motorhome Wi-Fi, that's always on. You can check your pictures on your phone and things like that, so you can see. So just research, pick the best van, and then just go for it. You know, if you can afford it, go for it. It's a game changer. It really is.
My other question is, Mike, what's it like driving a motorhome which is 9 meters long with a tag axle?
It was scary because it's a lot heavier and it's a lot bigger, and obviously you've got the wider wing mirrors that flick out the sides. They're like a proper van, but once you get used to it, it handles really well. It turns corners really well. A lot of people on the forum said, oh, you've got to be careful because it slides around the corners. I've only experienced that once, and it's because the differentials in the back wheels are moving. There's two sets of wheels, but lengthwise I've not had a problem with it. I can reverse it properly, we can get it into pitches, we can get it onto grass like this. It's just your experience. You do need a C1 licence though for it because it's over 3.5 tonne.
Yes.
So luckily Kate and myself have got grandfather rights because we passed before 1997, I think it is, and we can drive that legally, but anybody else that would need to drive one that passed after 1997 would need to take the C1 test. I believe it's not difficult. You just take it and pass it, and then you can drive up to 7.5 tonne.
Brilliant. So my question is, the other question, Mike, would you prefer campsite, or do you prefer to do the wild camping, as I say?
We've not done wild camping as such. We've not done lay-by camping. We've only ever done off-gridding here at this festival, at this show, and at the Van Life Festival a week ago
In Shrewsbury?
In Shrewsbury, yeah. That was the first time we'd done off-grid camping in this one, but we did some off-grid camping in the previous one, and that worked quite well. You know,
Yeah.
we did the Lincolnshire show, and we did the Malvern Motor Caravanners Club show.
Brilliant.
And that was off-grid. So we fared well. I've got power anxiety, I really have. I'm terrible. It's going to run out, the batteries are going to die, you know, because we've not got lithium, we've only got AGM batteries, but we've got 2 of them.
Yeah.
And we've had very little solar today, and we've had the pump's been on all the time, so I forgot to turn it off.
Yeah.
And the batteries have only gone down to 12.9 volts, you know,
Yeah.
so they're very little usage. So I think we're all right, but the new Ecoflow we've bought will help us charge our phones and our tablets in the evening, so that would be great. So yeah, it's brilliant. We love it, we really do.
Is there any upgrades are you planning to do with Connie?
Yes, I would love to put on more solar, lithium batteries, and then that would be, I want to take the satellite dish off. The satellite dish is broken, so I don't need that.
Okay.
So I want to put my Sky dish, I want to put my Starlink dishy on the roof, convert it to 12 volts, so then we're completely sustainable with 5G and Starlink. And what else would I need to do? That's about it. We've got a full-size fridge, we've got the seating that we need,
Yeah.
we've got smart telly, we've already got the auto levelers. Oh, maybe air suspension would be nice if I could afford that.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's nothing more that we need for it. She's almost perfect.
As I'm looking now, Mike, I can see the self-levelers. Was that put on before you bought it?
Yes, we got that with it, so that saved me about $5.5 that was already on the van when we bought it.
Wow.
So it's pretty good. That I like that. It's one of the best bits of kit that's on the van. There's a little control panel on the driver's side seat footwell.
Yeah.
You press a button, turn it on, you press the auto level, it works out the weight of the van and then levels it properly, and then you turn it off and that's it, and it's level until you bring them up.
So, another question with you living in full time in Connie, is it true that you have to have a habitation check every 6 months, or is it just the 12 months?
That's for your warranty. So because we're 5 years into this now, our warranty's gone. So we don't need to do it, but it's advisable to have one, because then you can check for your damp and things like that and get it fixed, because you don't want a damp van, it's not nice.
No.
But something that's 5 years old, it shouldn't leak, it shouldn't get damp anyway. But then obviously you still need your service and MOT for your cab side, don't you? So that needs to be done every year.
But do you have a habitation check for Connie in case anything does
we
happen?
had one when we bought it, so that came with it.
Yeah.
So it's due for one in September. So we'll find a mobile hab check guy to come round and do it.
Would you consider doing one every year for Connie if you?
I think so, because it's like a house. You you know how your house runs. If there's something wrong with it, you get it fixed, don't you? So it's nice to know. Visually outside, you couldn't see whether you've got a leak. You have to look in your cupboards, find your walls, if you've got damp, things like that. So I think we'll be doing a hab check every year just for peace of mind.
Brilliant. And one more question for you, Mike. What is your favourite feature on Connie? Do you have like
the storage space? Because we don't have an over cab bed, we've got the low profile version. Over the cab is just cupboards. We've got cupboards everywhere. We've got oodles of cupboards, we've got oodles of storage under the bed, the big garage, we've got under seat storage, we've got behind the seat storage, we've got above the cab storage, we've got storage left and right on the sides of we've got everything in there. We've probably got far too much stuff in, to be honest, but every now and again we take stuff out, take it to storage, proper like paid for storage, like secure storage. And then we bring stuff out and we take stuff back, and we take the winter clothes out in the summer, put the summer clothes back and take the winter clothes out in the winter. You've just got to organise it, make sure you're not overweight, but plan what you do.
So my other question is with this little awning that
With this awning,
what made you get one?
We had a blow-up awning for the caravan, but unfortunately it's too small to fit this. So I'll be selling that to anybody that's got a caravan that wants a blow-up awning. Because it's been used once in the 2 years that we've had it, and it's been in storage for 9 months almost, just out the way because it was in the shed at the old house. We never used it when we bought the motorhomes, and we thought we needed another one. So in the nicer weather, I can come out with my laptop and my my whatever machine, my cry cut machines or my printer or whatever, sit out here in the nice weather, open the windows, look out, do my office work. We're only close to the van. Nip out, get a brew, come back in here, work in the nice. The weather's been rubbish recently, so we can't use it at the moment, and we've only had it a week anyway, so this is the first time we've had it put up. But it's really good. I recommend these. The Heway Pro, what's it called? Air Tall. So we've got the taller version because it goes up to 2.95 metres, but the Heway Pro 2, 6-sided, tall, blow up air awning, amazing value for money, really good. Warm when it's windy, dry when it's wet, and cool when you open the windows when it's hot. So they're really worth the money.
And I do believe you bought this awning from one of our Motorhome Harris ambassadors, Rich from A&D Leisure.
From A&D Leisure, from Rich and from Only Vans on YouTube. Yes. We went to see him a couple of weeks ago on the weekend, and they had a couple in stock, and we bought it there and then. And this is the first time we've actually put it up and used it.
What do you think of it?
In general, amazing. Yeah, they're really good value for money. In fact, I've been looking online. We're going to buy the hexagonal 6-sided carpet for it because it gets nice and keeps your feet warm in the winter and coldy weather. You can put lights in it. There's a slider up there to put lights in. At the moment we're using a battery powered lantern which is behind the camera. But you can fit 6 people and 2 tables in here comfortably, not a problem. It's going to be, it's great for evening chats and great for working in. They are well worth the money.
And how much did you actually pay for this little piece of equipment?
So, am I okay to say that?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Right. So, retail price $997, but we paid $850.
Wow.
So we got a really good discount.
Brilliant.
He's really pleased with that. Really pleased with that.
And today you've had your Ecoflow out.
We bought a new Ecoflow and solar panels.
How's that been today?
That's been really good. There's not been much sun because it's obviously peed it down. But we got 6% charge on the Ecoflow from the 110 watt solar panels with 2 hours outside, and that was it. 2 hours, and we got 4 or 5% charge. So we're over 40% charge now. So that'll do us for the night. We'll be all right with the mobile phones and the tablets and the broadband. We'll charge that up again, so we should be fine with that. But yeah, that Ecoflow, we got a bargain with that as well. So they're really the River 2 Max, I think we bought. The middle one of the River series, and the 110 watt solar panels. Brilliant.
And my last question is, Mike. I say you've bought some essentials for your motorhome.
We have.
What's the best essential that you've bought?
Well, there's so many. We bought a new air fryer. We used the previous air fryer so much we took the non-stick layer off the tray. So we bought a new one of those. We've bought a big van life mat from the festival in Shrewsbury last week.
Yep.
We bought new flags and lights. What else? Essentials. It's just you don't know until you need it.
Yeah.
And then when you need it, you go out and buy it, don't you? Essential for us in here is a small table, a bigger table, a light. You know, the power bank was essential.
Yeah.
Which we should have bought 8 months ago, but we didn't. So
Yeah.
I've left it too long, really. And now my power anxiety is gone. So that's great. We've already got a Cadac, so we don't need that. We've already got electric bikes, we don't need those. So we're almost right. We just need a mount for the Starlink, removal of the broken satellite dish, and a couple more solar panels on the roof. And I think that'll be Billy Whiz.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mike. It's been
You're welcome.
An honor and a privilege to speak to you.
Thank you very much. It's been good to speak to you, James. As
And
well.
I hope you have many more happy days in your full-time home.
We will do, and we'll have a right laugh at the next time we see you, won't we? In
Absolutely.
July, we will indeed.
And would you like to shout out your YouTube channel for?
So yeah, we are 2 touring together. A very small channel. We've only been going about a month so far. I've got a few videos on there yet, but I've got a load of content I need to upload when I've got time. And thank you, James, for letting me put that out there.
Brilliant.
But then again, on my channel, you'll see the reference to Motorhome Happiness.
Yeah.
So
there will be a link in the description, and again, thank you to Mike, and thank you to Kate, and thank you to Connie the Comanche.
Kate's inside at the moment. She's not feeling too well, but a few people have said that. I think it's just the weather, isn't it? Horrible.
Yeah, the
It
weather
knocks you for six.
hasn't been too well, has
It's
it?
not been the best
No.
weather, no. It rained really hard today, didn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go.
And yesterday we had a big thunderstorm as well.
We
didn't
did. It was amazing that the sky was purple, wasn't it? Did you
Purple
see that?
and- like a purple and orange,
It was
wasn't
like
it?
a purple and orange. It was weird colour sky, but it was amazing. Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys, I will leave it there. Thank you, Mike.
You're
and
welcome,
thank you,
James.
Connie the Comanche, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Subscribe to his Facebook page, please,
Thank
and
you.
the YouTube channel.
Thank you. Bye.